Hello everyone, welcome to our new lesson on the Think Books series, level A1, Think Starter, and let's get started!
And exercise number 1 or reading, we have discussed these questions. So the questions we have: what important football matches can you think of? So I made few examples for you. So let's read the questions for you before we answer. Who are the champions of A, your country, and B, the world? The last one, number 3. Look at the photos. What do you think is special about this football match? Okay. As the first one, we have what important football match can you think of? So, well, in my opinion, in 2005 there was a very good football game on the final of UEFA Champions League between Liverpool and AC Milan. So, and it was a very dramatic and exciting football game to watch. Well, it was so Liverpool won the game at the end. So that's why it went until the penalties. That's why I think it's a very good game to watch. But if you are a fan of football, you can always go to YouTube and search for it. You will find it. It's a very good game to watch. So the next question: who are the champions of your country? Your country. We are in Morocco. We have Wydad of Casablanca. They are the champions of our football division, first division of football. Wydad of Casablanca. If we're talking about the champions of the world, so the last World Cup for football was in 2018, and the French national team was the winner. So now let's go. We have the last one. Look at these pictures, or look at the photos. What do you think is special about this football match? Let's see. These are the pictures we have on photos. What can we see? We can see it's a football match. Well, on the first picture we can see two players are fighting for the ball. And what can we say? It looks like it doesn't look like a very professional football game. And the stadium looks very normal, very traditional, like they are playing on unprofessional football division. On the next picture we can see both teams are celebrating the prizes they got, and what do you think is special about this game? I think it's not a professional one. Well, let's find out. We will read the text and we will find out the answers for the questions we have in our mind. Well, let's read. The other final. It's the 30th June 2002 in the International Stadium of Yokohama, Japan. Two great teams, Brazil and Germany, are ready to play in the World Cup final. 4,500 kilometers away in the Chanlimatin Stadium in Thimphu, Bhutan, there is another football match. Bhutan versus Montserrat. Bhutan are number 202 in the world. Montserrat are 203. They are the bottom two teams in the world. It's Matic, the young's ideas. He's a Dutch businessman. He can't watch his national team, the Netherlands, because they are not at this World Cup. He is sad, but then he thinks about people from other countries. What about teams that never play in the World Cup? He organizes the other final and asks the national teams of Bhutan and Montserrat to play. The Montserrat team fly from the Caribbean to Himalayan mountains of Bhutan. Thousands of people watch the match. Bhutan win 4-0, but everyone decided that football is the real winner. After their game, both teams sit down with the rest of the world and enjoy the real World Cup. So, are your guesses correct for what is special about the game? Okay, I will read the game for you in order to see how you can read correctly. The other final. Now I will read a little bit quickly than the first time. It's the 30th of June 2002 in the International Stadium in Yokohama, Japan. Two great teams, Brazil and Germany, are ready to play in the World Cup final. 4,500 kilometers away in the Chanlimatin Stadium in Thimphu, Bhutan, there is another football match. Bhutan versus Montserrat. Bhutan are number 202 in the world. Montserrat are 203. They are the bottom two teams in the world. It's Matic, the young idea. He is a Dutch businessman. He can't watch his national team, the Netherlands, because they are not at this World Cup. He is sad, but then he thinks about people from other countries. What about teams that never play in the World Cup? He organizes the other final and asks the national teams of Bhutan and Montserrat to play. The Montserrat team fly from the Caribbean to the Himalayan mountains of Bhutan. Thousands of people watch the match. Bhutan win 4-0, but everyone decided that football is the real winner. After their game, both teams sit down with the rest of the world and enjoy the real World Cup final. So let's make a sort of a summary of this little text. So we have in the first, the text or the article is informing us about or telling us about the date of the 30th of June 2002. It was the final of the World Cup or the World Cup final between Brazil and Germany. And on the next paragraph, They're talking about 4,500 kilometers away from the band. There is a place called Bhutan, and there is another football match, a very important football match between the two teams of Bhutan and Montreat. And as they said, that Bhutan is number 202 and Montreat is 203 on the list of football teams. That means that they are the last ones on the list of football teams. So there is a businessman, a Dutch businessman whose name is Matches de Jong. He had an idea of, because his team, which is the Netherlands, didn't qualify to play on the World Cup. So he had the idea of giving the people that never played on the World Cup, or the countries that never played the World Cup, another final. So he called it the other final, and he organizes a game between the team of Bhutan and the team of Montreat. And they played the game on Bhutan, so the other team, Montreat, fly from the Caribbean to the Himalayan mountains, so they can play the game there. And the team of Bhutan win 4-0, but they decided to celebrate, or as they say, that the football who wins, not the teams, and they celebrated together. And after that, they sat all together and enjoyed the real final of the World Cup between Brazil and Germany, and everyone was happy. So now let's read the comprehension questions we have. We have read the article again, put the events into correct order. So what we have here, we have Matches organizes a football match. Germany and Brazil play in the World Cup final. The Dutch team aren't in the World Cup final. And Montreat and Bhutan play a game of football. Matches de Jong has a plan, and the Montreat team, national team, flies to Bhutan. So, in your opinion, what is the correct order for these sentences? So the first one, they said that they started, okay, so as a starter they answered the first one. The first one is the Dutch team aren't in the World Cup. This is the first one. The Dutch team aren't in the World Cup. So what happened after the Dutch team aren't on the World Cup? So after that, Matches de Jong has a plan. So what is the plan? The plan is after that, so normally is Matches organizes a football match. This is So he organizes a football match. And the next one is the Montreat national team flies to Bhutan. Number 5. Montreat and Bhutan play a game of football. And the last one is Germany and Brazil play the World Cup final. I guess there is a mistake here on my slide. I need you to change it. So number 3 is Is the number 3 is Mathis organizes a football match, and number 4 is the Monstrate national team flies to Bhutan. Right? So I will read them again for you. The Dutch team aren't in the World Cup final. This is number 1. Number 2, Mathis de Jong has a plan. Number 3, Mathis organizes a football match. And number 4, the Monstrate team or the Monstrate national team flies to Bhutan. Number 5, Monstrate and Bhutan play a game of football, and the last one, Germany and Brazil play in the World Cup final.
Our lesson came to an end. See you on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Bye bye.